we've successfully run the chassis on air, so now we can put that to one side for the moment and start on page 5, which is the boiler and all the bits and pieces that go on it. So there's a fair bit to do here. Here's the boiler itself. So it's looking pretty smart. What have we got in the front here? Oh, there's a little stainless steel baffle that goes inside. And then the pack for stage 5 has got domes, pressure gauge, bells, lots of little bits and pieces, all the water gauge fittings, and the burner. So there's a fair bit to do. So let's get started. Having got the boiler out and had a quick look through everything, we see the first job is to fit the boiler bands. Now these come as a long strip, so they'll need bending round, which I like to do just between my fingers. And then there's some nuts and bolts to hold them together. We've only got 2 boiler bands, so 2 lots of nuts and bolts. And they'll go on like so, one between the smoke box and the boiler, and the other one is behind this big dome. The size is given on the diagram, so you can get them in the right place. Just as a little tip, we've tried to get the boiler band lined up and then masking tape it onto the boiler. And this holds the 2 parts close together to get the bolt in. Plus it gives you a chance to do the measuring. This is supposed to be 42.5mm down. I think in practice it's just covering that joint between the smoke box and the boiler cover. And then we can also do the same with the second one, which is down here. So we'll get that lined up and then we'll check the measurement on that one as well, and then get the bolts in. Before moving on, I should just point out these joints are slightly offset on the bottom of the boiler, and that means that the bolts and so on don't actually get in the way of the reversing rod, which is in the middle of the chassis. So they've just got a little bit of offset on them. And then we move on to the sand domes. We put the dummy sand pipes in, and they sit on the top there, and they're just held on with one little bolt. But you've got to get it in the middle of the post. So we'll just have a little look down there, see if we can spot him. Yeah, there's 2 of those to do. Next on the agenda is the bell, and this is a little sub-assembly. There's a clapper inside the bell that screws onto or hooks onto this little pin coming through, and we've got the top for it there. But we're going to start off by fitting the frame so that we can get a screw in through the top before the bell goes on. So we've got the little screw here. So the bell's assembled, and now we move on to the main dome, which just unscrews. So it's in 2 pieces. The safety valve goes in first, which I'll just get out. That's got an O-ring already on it, so it doesn't need to be in any more than finger tight. That should still seal it. And drop on the base and the top. That screws on. We'll line up the 2 little holes on the top there, and one has the dummy whistle and the other has another tiny little brass gadget. So we've got the dummy safety valve on, and we're moving back down the boiler to the turret here. First item is the Goodall valve and an O-ring to make it seal nicely. This valve has a little bit of plastic tube on the bottom, and you can force water in and the plastic tube seals it so it doesn't come out again. So that's for feeding the boiler when it's under pressure, and that's only finger tight because you can take that out for boiler filling when you first start up. Then we'll look at the pressure gauge, which is on this little siphon pipe here, and it goes in the side here with the gauge on the top of the pipe. I'll loosely put this together. And it has a banjo bolt going through to hold it on, and I think we're going to need a little bit of sealant on each of these two faces, but we'll just put it together finger tight for the moment. And then the pipe's pretty flexible, you can just put it where you want it to go. And then we move on to the regulator, which goes in here. There's an O-ring to go on, and then we've also got the handle, the boss for the handle and the handle itself in these little packs here. So Maddie's going to have a go at doing the regulator. So you've got the spindle there, there's a little O-ring to push on, quite snug.
Yeah.
Is it going?
Almost.
Put those fingernails to good use. So this is just assembling the handle. Held on with a little grub screw.
Tight. Okay. A bit of oil.
Yeah, I put a little spot of oil on the O-ring just to help it on its way. And then it goes in the back of the body there. So these are the burner elements going in next. Got the burner itself and the little ring gear that controls the airflow, so you can adjust the mixture on the gas. There's a screw going in this to hold the adjustment, and there's another screw which goes in the back of the boiler. So the burner just slots straight in here, and the screw goes in, but I'm not going to do this yet because there's a superheater pipe to go. I'll just find that and make sure that's in situ before we fit the burner for good. So this is the superheater, and it's a stainless tube that runs right down the middle past the burner and heats the steam as it goes down to the cylinders. And we fit it through into the boiler, as you see there, and then the burner should go with its little slot for the pipe to go through. Nearly there. Pulling it out again, there we are. Okay. Now there's one bolt, although there's two holes shown here, only one has a bolt in it. The other one is actually an additional air hole. To continue with the water gauge, we put on the two pipe connectors. Bottom one has this little elbow here, which will let out the drain on the gauge, and then the parts are down here. So we've got a gauge glass, O-ring and a nut, and then this one goes through the bracket like so, and finally you fit it with the banjo bolt. So it looks like the pre-assembly has got to be the two nuts, one up each way, and the O-ring, and you stretch that out so that should go right through. There it goes. Then move the nut up. I think we might actually need that O-ring to go inside that nut before we start. So I've had a slight change of plan here. We've fitted the O-rings actually inside the nut on the glass and just press them down all round with a scriber to make sure they're really deep in there. And now we should be able to assemble it into the frame and onto that top fitting. That's got it. And same again at the other end. Slide him up. And just got to get him started. There we go. And then that complete unit fits in between the two copper pipes, and it has the banjo. I fitted the two banjo bolts and just tweak them up tight. You may have to do a little bit of bending on these pipes, they are flexible, and we may also need a little bit of sealant around these banjo bolts, but we'll see that a little bit later on.